fuck.
Yeah. I was really hoping it would just be Oppenheimer / The Muppet Show, because The Muppets Oppenheimer is a film I'd much rather see.
I feel like it would be really dark.
Yeah,
but I also want to see Kermit the Frog as Oppenheimer.
I want to see the Count teaching you to count backwards.
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking hell.
That was dark. Also, the Count is not a member of the Muppets.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, they're both puppets. They're both,
Fuck you, Nick, first of all.
Well, they are. I mean, come on.
No.
I didn't used to watch the Muppets. Also,
the Muppets are different. I saw a thing floating around on Tumblr the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It was clearly made as, sell it to nerds, as oh, they'll find this interesting, but it kind of backfired.
Okay.
They made this fantasy map, but all the lands were just everywhere. So, Mordor was on there, but also, Narnia was on the same map.
Oh.
And Hyrule was on there as well.
I saw that.
Ambitious, and that's going to get a lot of hate.
And the Isle of Sodor was on there as well. It was right next to Hyrule, and I just kept thinking...
The nerds are going to pick this apart.
Imagine Link building a boat to sail to the north, only to find fucking island of trains. And then even further along was Westeros from Game of Thrones.
I fear for those nations, because with what he can do these days, oh.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Westeros is fairly grounded. It's essentially Yorkshire in medieval times. Only one person has a dragon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Imagine sailing away from there and ending up on the fucking train island. Or worse, Hyrule. Or not to mention any of the other strange places that were on that map.
But think of it, I can see it becoming a kind of really fucked up version of... Oh, what's that war game where you start off with loads of different countries? Civilization or something.
Risk, yeah.
No, wait,
Civ, yeah, Civ's one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where you start off as a nation and Gandhi suddenly becomes aggressive. That one.
As a Civ camper. Yeah, that is Civ.
You know nothing, Jon Snow, said Gordon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a different fandom, so you've got fucking Link just one-manning. He goes to all the train places, he connects them all together to make a super mecha, storms into fucking Game of Thrones and just backhands a dragon. It's I've beat dragons before, fuck yeah. Then just makes his way across the map because he's gone the wrong fucking way looking for Zelda or some shit.
So we reblogged it on our Tumblr a while ago, so I'll post it in a little group chat.
I'm gonna have a look on my phone just so I can zoom into things without disturbing my computer.
So you got Narnia, Oz, I don't know where Cruel is, all of Middle Earth, then Wonderland. The Moomin Valley is neighbours of Mordor on this map.
Yeah.
Imagine Sauron just conquering Moomin Valley.
I don't know, I think the Moomins would fuck him up.
I think they would, because What's-His-Face shares a voice actor with Dio in the Japanese dub, and what's his name? Snufkin?
Yeah. Mordor's next to Terabithia as well, fuck's sake.
Also Dinotopia, which has a lot more advanced technology than Middle-earth, so... Not to mention dinosaurs, so... They'd fuck them up.
Where the wild things are is somehow on this as well.
The bit that really threw me was it's just got the word labyrinth in the middle on the south. And I'd been thinking, is this a different labyrinth that I'm not familiar with? Or is David Bowie's Labyrinth so big that it fits on a map next to nations?
Probably that.
Why not?
Very true. But more importantly, it neighbours Hyrule, so, I'm just thinking Link heads south, meets David Bowie, that writes itself.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I think Whoville, Moomin Valley are going to team up and just, take Mordor. Terabithia is just going to be yeah, alright, I'll get in on that. So I have 3 countries. And I reckon they'd get on quite well with Wonderland and Narnia, so I reckon they will literally just walk in.
Yeah,
just saying.
I could believe that.
Just trying to predict
Yeah, I'm
how they're gonna fight over
I mean, my
territory.
thoughts of who would win is currently heavily biased towards all of the mechs I've been seeing different versions of Link make.
The absolute Geneva suggestions he's been
Yeah.
pulling out.
I think Hyrule's got the advantage. Especially
God,
if we
he's so-
include the sacred beasts.
I
in that.
know. It's funny because the character himself is so fucking killable, but then a plan little comes together and suddenly he's unstoppable, and it's just like, oh no, God.
Yeah, Link's vicious.
Honestly, Link is the biggest fucking villain in that place, and he doesn't even know it. You are playing the most unhinged bastard in the entire game, and you're not even the villain. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Is that just because of all the shit that he makes?
He's strapping spirits to rockets and throwing them across a place. He's burning things. He's just really unethical, and then it's like, yeah, kill this guy who wants to take over the place because he wants power and shit, and he terrorizes people. Like, you're between a rock and a hard place. Like the devil in the deep blue sea. You can't really win.
Well, yeah. I mean, in war, you've got to do some horrendous things in the name of good.
Thanks for that, Nick.
You've actually given me a second segue there, but you've made me realise I finally figured out how I can get us to Spy Family from here. Talking of fictional nations, I do have some corrections to make from our previous episode.
Oh, okay.
So, Berlint is part of the country Ostania. It borders the country Westalis.
Yeah.
Donovan Desmond, he's the leader of the National Unity Party.
I see.
Yeah.
So he's not in power yet, but he's the chairman of the National Union Party, who are a hardline far-right group, and they seem to be building up power. So, obviously, Westalis is a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
And the main military police is called the State Security Service, or SSS.
I see what they did there.
Yeah.
I feel like this is slightly on the nose of something else we're familiar with.
Teeny tiny bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was
Completely
that.
throws my Cold War theory out the water, though.
Yeah, this is it. I think this is more about the little disagreement of 1939 to 1945.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Though there is a little bit more espionage going on in this one. It is kind of, it's a mashup of World War II and the Cold War, to be fair. It's not like a one-for-one.
Yeah.
But a lot of the names are on the nose, and Donovan Desmond clearly represents someone.
yes.
Yes.
I do, of course, refer to Hitler.
Austria's worst artist.
Austria's... You know what? If I was an artist in Austria, I would take that as like a fantastic slate, because no matter what I do, I'm not going to be worse. No matter how terrible my portraits are, there will always be a worse artist from Austria.
There's a reason the art world took a turn and what they considered good. Everything's good now. It's just subjective. It's subjective.
This was the thing. If Hitler had got into art school, then World War II wouldn't have happened, I reckon.
Yeah,
Maybe? No, it wouldn't. We're not getting it.
No, actually, it
First of
would
all,
have happened
this is-
just for a different reason.
Yeah,
Wrong
there were
show,
other factors
guys.
leading into that. That's not what this show is about. Let's pump the brakes before we become an alt history show.
Oh,
But
Okay,
there were a
well-
lot of
What
factors
if?
that led to World War II.
Yeah, we will stop talking about Austrian Moustache Man now.
Cool.
right.
For now, he's probably going to come up in one of our fics for sure. Let's wind back even a tiny bit further. Welcome to the Shipping Forecast. I'm James. Joining me is Grace
Hello.
and Nick.
Hi.
And this is part 2 of our Spy Family episode. I highly recommend going back and listening to the first one if you're unfamiliar with Spy Family. But it's a fairly popular anime, so I think most people will be.
And if not, give it a go. You'll find it very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. It's one that even people who don't like anime kind of lean towards. I think it's a good first anime to start with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially if you're not that old either, because you might not be able to get into Chainsaw Man being underage and shit. But
I'm not even
Spy
sure I'd
Family's
recommend Chainsaw Man as like your first anime.
depends how old you are. Like, I got into anime when I was like 11, 12. Lucky Star.
I was going to ask what was your first anime?
Yeah, I mean, I may have seen something else, but I think that was the one I definitely knew was an anime.
I mean,
No,
not including...
Beyblade would have been my first anime.
Yeah, I mean,
But I didn't know that was an anime back in
Yeah.
the day. I was like 8.
I suppose everyone's
4.
first is Pokemon if we look at it that way, but
That was my first thinking about
yeah.
it.
But it wasn't so much an anime back then, it was just on the telly.
Yeah, that was it.
And popular with
Pokemon,
kids.
Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember one called Monster Rancher, I think.
Yes, I've vague memories. I never actually watched it properly.
Yeah, it
but...
was. I think it was about some kid going around the place collecting manhole covers, which turned into like Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
So yeah.
So I lived a very sheltered life as a teen. We only had 4 television channels, and astute people who know British life know there were 5 channels outside of Sky and cable, as the Americans would call it. But Hull did not get the 5th channel for quite a while because static is... The signal was terrible, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I remember that in the very vaguely because we had Sky.
Yeah, a lot of people did. My parents did not think it was worth the money, and 4 channels were enough. And
They're probably right, to be fair.
I generally agreed with them until I broke my arm and I spent 2 nights in hospital and got access to their Sky package and discovered Cartoon Network. I watched Johnny Bravo, I watched Samurai Jack, I watched a couple of Avatar: The Last Airbender episodes, and I was like, oh, this is good.
There's more to life.
Where have you been all my life? Sky TV?
Yeah, exactly. Samurai Jack was sick. Big fan.
It was.
And then, yeah. So I saw a bit of Monster Rancher in there as well, and I had no context. Same with Avatar. I had no idea what was going on because it was like 2 episodes out of order.
Yeah. But you were young, and it was like, oh, wow, look, bright colours, and yeah.
I was young. I made some notes, and 10 years later, when I learned how to pirate TV, I caught up, and I learned everything. So I was a little bit late to a lot of childhood things, but I got there in the end.
Yeah.
Piracy's wrong, everyone. Don't do that.
Yeah, piracy is definitely wrong.
Yep.
You shouldn't pirate things.
But if you have to, yeah.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Bingo. So, yeah, my first anime was Death Note, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that, I don't know if I'd still recommend that as a first anime.
But you definitely recommend My Spy Family.
I would recommend Spy Family.
Yeah.
I'd also recommend all the fics we're about to discuss. And on that note, Grace, what have you been reading?
I have been reading. Hang on, let me scroll to the top of my script. There we go.
It's not scripted.
Of course it's not scripted. I didn't realise I weren't allowed to say that, but alright.
I mean,
it's semi-scripted. I've got notes. I've got bits I want to
It doesn't
highlight.
actually matter. I just thought I'd throw that in.
You just wanted to fuck me up. Alright.
Let me scroll
This is how
to
we're
the
gonna
top
start, is
of
it?
my emotional support paper.
Fucking yes, it's exactly that. So, we said in our last episode that we would like to see our best boy Frankie find someone.
Yeah,
and
Frankie deserves love.
And Yuri to get over his sister. And in a way, I believe I found a fic that delivers on that. So, without further ado, this is Until Dinner Do Us Part by Soulspirit.
Okay.
Spirit. There we go. So, a quick summary. Yuri Breyer and Frankie aren't really friends, they only tolerate each other because they love their family. But when they're in a romantic dinner with the captain of the cruise ship they're on, they take the enemy of my enemy is my friend a little too seriously.
Oh, okay.
It is inspired by a scene in one of my other works, What We Have, Chapter 3, but you honestly need no context other than the entire of the Forge, the family and Damien are on a cruise ship for a summer break, so that's by the author. The author also notes, I am aware that this is not actually how marriage works. Notes, I am aware this is not actually how marriages work, it's just for the fic.
Huh.
There we go,
Okay,
got there.
You've
Sick
got my
potential.
attention. I'm curious how marriage works in this universe.
Okay. Oh, bloody fly. Okay. This is how it starts. There's no way in hell I'm going to get dinner with you. Much less when it's a couple's dinner, Frankie yelled at Yuri. Let's calm down, Lloyd suggested, but he was completely ignored. Frankie huffs, especially when I can take a cute date instead. Yuri laughs. That's cute. You think someone would actually agree to go out with you?
Oh,
Asshole. I've been called worse, sweetheart. Frankie glared at him. Do not call me sweetheart. You'll cut them off. Boys, please, the kids are in the other room. To say Yuri and Frankie were pissed would be an understatement. See, the thing is about this ship was that it held a raffle for couples to enter and maybe win a dinner with the captain and her wife. Apparently, it was a highly sought-after prize. 2 couples would win a dinner with them, essentially making it like a triple date, and 2 other players would get a smaller prize. Somehow, Yuri and Frankie had been registered as a couple, which really pissed them off.
Okay, I'm sensing shenanigans.
Yeah, there are shenanigans.
The universe is doing
shenanigans.
shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
This is some Goblet of Fire shit.
Not because there was an issue with 2 boys being together. Oh no, it was because they couldn't fucking stand each other. And I think this sets the story up very nicely. I don't think we actually see Frankie and Yuri interact in the anime thus far, but since they're on different sides, I think this would make sense to set them up like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very partial to this dynamic, I must say. So, Lloyd is like, look, you 2 don't have to go. The poor bloke just wanted to do something nice with your, his wife. And Yuri says it's bad enough being roommates, and yes, oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh no.
Oh no, oh yes. And Frankie is like, oh, let's just give it to the runners-up. Which would be ideal solution, right? Right? Wrong. Turns out the runners-up were a couple called the Johnsons. They're in their 70s, and it turns out they had absolutely annihilated Frankie and Yuri in shuffleboard earlier. Yeah. And instantly the pair are like, no, fuck it, and fuck the Johnsons. So they agree to attend this dinner as a couple out of spite. Beautiful, my kind of people, and I love the line.
Excellent.
Frankie turned to Yuri. You realise what we have to do, right? Yuri nodded. Frankie, will you do me the honour of being my fake date? Yuri, I've never been more short of anything in my life.
Just to fuck over these old people who destroyed them in shuffleboard.
Yeah, they've just got this one-sided rivalry, and they're like, fuck you. We're not giving this up. We're going to pretend to be in a committed relationship just so you don't get what we have because you beat us earlier. But You're just like, oh, they're finally getting along, and Lloyd is just looking at it all like, oh, dread.
I love spite-driven activities like this.
Mm.
Oh yes. So, dinner rolls round, and they're all sitting with the captain, chatting away about how they've been together and such, and then it's Frankie and Yuri's turn. They did not plan for this. Cue winging the fuck out of it, right? So, unfortunately, they answered at the same time when he goes, how long have you been together? And they answer at the same time, like, 6 months, years. And they're just like, yeah, we dated for 6 years, but got engaged 6 months ago. Yuri clarified, oh, you're engaged.
Smooth.
I remember our engagement. Tell me who proposed, and then Frank's just like, Yuri did. And so begins the pair of them making stuff up, not only for the story, but also to try and sort of like get a little dig at each other. And Yuri's like, what? It was Christmas. There's a smile. He looks at Frankie for a second, flashes a smile. His favourite holiday, and Frankie's just like, oh.
I do love that they've made up a country in the similar style to Berlin's here, calling it Hugaria.
Hugaria?
Yeah.
Hugaria.
Yeah, he visits Hugaria.
He visits Hugaria.
At one point.
That sounds like a place in the Spy Family world.
It does, absolutely.
That's so close to everything else.
I feel like that has actually been mentioned.
Oh, has it? Oh.
Like, he went
I could believe it.
on a thing and got some wine
let's
back
have a look.
in episode 8, I think it was. Oh, either I'm going too much into it. Okay, so Frankie already doesn't like where this is going, right?
No, you're
and
right.
Yuri takes his hand and continues the chat bollocks, right? And he's like, oh yeah, called away for work. Frankie was devastated. Oh, I secretly hid and then popped out on Christmas Day and then dropped to one knee. And everyone on the table is like awing at how sweet it is. And even Lloyd's just like, for the mission, right, playing along. Default Lloyd. And then Yuri's just like, yeah. Then he said no, and then everyone gasps, and even Lloyd's just like, And Frankie like shoots him this glare, and he starts trying to justify it with things like, well, like, we hadn't discussed marriage and how we almost broke up over it, and then Yuri butts in again, and we're like, oh yeah, how he just asked him again later that day, and he was like, yes, like, fuck me.
Oh shit. Mhm.
Oh, so funny. And he's like, yeah, we wanted to get married as soon as possible, but we just never found the time. And the captain perks up. Oh, well, what about now?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Would you get married right now if you could? And Yuri smiled. Oh, of course we would. And in a heartbeat, Frankie says, and she smiles. Oh, glad to hear it. If you'd like, I can marry you right now.
Oh, the captain is going to marry them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love the Barbosa scene, but like that's not happened here. It's too tame. But wouldn't fit. So yeah, they think it's fine because it's fake. Lloyd, still in character, knowing better, is like, are you sure? Didn't you want like a wedding? And they're like, oh, it's alright. And yeah, they get married. And what's funny is that afterwards, they start getting on really well. They start chatting with each other about stuff, and like, if Damien and Anya will get together, they go get like couples massages and shit together, and it's like, and there's this very touching moment when they start talking about like their war-torn childhoods, and it's quite sweet because they actually start opening up to each other. I won't like go into it, but there's a lot of very, very sweet dialogue, and it gives you a lot of it like background on Frankie that I don't know if it's canon or not, but if it is, then I didn't know this before. And yeah, it's very sweet, very touching.
I love that. Like Lloyd is trying to give them an out, be like, yeah, no, we should have. Wouldn't you want like a real wedding, like in-person church family? And Yuri he doubles down at that point. He's like, no, we're getting married.
So I honestly think that's fantastic. Like, they have committed to the bit of our Yuri and Frankie, and
it's so funny because like Yuri is quite intelligent, right? He had to be quite intelligent to get into his job, but for some reason he does become he suffers from high IQ, low wisdom.
He's high intelligence, low wisdom, and he's
he's
clearly very committed to the bit, and maybe he's gone too far.
But yeah, and they get along really well, right? And it carries on going well until they have a rematch with the Johnsons at shuffleboard, and then it all goes to shit again.
The Johnsons are too powerful, apparently.
The 70-year-olds can stores up more problems than they thought. Yeah, so they're like, we lost again! It's not my fault, the Johnsons must be gods. Oh, you fucking suck. Shut the fuck up. Whoa, gentlemen. The captain's just like, you can't take this shit back. He's the worst. How hard to shuffleboard? They're just really good. You suck at everything. And it's like, please, it's normal for couples to fight. Never should agree to date you. In case you haven't noticed, we're not at dinner anymore. You don't need to keep up the act. And this is in front of the captain. And it's just like, yeah, we lied. And it's just like, it's all bollocks. And then the captain's just like, I legitimately married you. I can do that. And they're just like, no. And no. Yeah. And they're like, well, I guess you two are at the mercy of divorce now. I suggest visiting a lawyer once you're back on land.
Okay.
So they spend like 3 days ignoring each other, which is hard because they share the same room. So Frankie ended up sleeping with Lloyd and Yor. Yeah. And it's just like, I can just see Lloyd there with his pillow, just like tucked in, looking directly at the ceiling. Frankie also going just there, and then you're just awkwardly lying in the bed, and they're all in the same bed just staring at the ceiling, and Frankie's just, oh, what do you two do now? And it's just like, oh, fuck off.
I specifically imagine Frankie knocking on the door, like, I had a bad dream, can I sleep with you? And them just begrudgingly going with that. That's my head.
So either way,
Sorry.
He's trying to get in. No, it's alright. He's trying to get into the room, and he's like, "No, you're not allowed in until you make up my earring." He's like, "I will not." Yes, you will. Either way, he gives up sort of camping outside Lloyd's door, goes back, and he's like, "Oh, give up already." And he's like, "Oh, yeah. No, what's the hell's your problem? You can't be mad over this stupid game." Well, stupid game was enough for you to make me want to fake date me. Yeah, it's called being petty. There was no harm in it. There was harm. We're fucking married, mate. I know that, but you're acting like it's the end of the world because it's weird. You keep acting like we're actually dating. It's for the joke.
No, it's not,
what
Yuri.
joke, Yuri? You got us a fucking mess. Oh yeah, the dialogue's great in this. It's really
It's just
good.
a prank, bro.
Oh no. And I was like, well, what's so bad about me that you can't stand the idea of being married to me for the rest of the summer before we can sort it out? There's nothing wrong with you, idiot. That's the problem. Oh, the problem is you like me. I didn't say that. But I'm worried I'll get used to a different dynamic. And they're like, well, we've been uncles for years, technically. We could try and get along, you know. And it's funny, they're sort of like the oddest married couple going at the moment. Just like, oh, well, you know, trying to iron out the wrinkles.
Considering staying married for convenience. Because it's less difficult than getting a divorce.
I mean, there's tax
I
breaks.
don't know how
There is tax breaks.
And I don't know how they resolve this, to be honest. Because it sort of ends with, would that be so bad? We've been having the I'm a better uncle for 12 years. We could try getting along. And he's like, oh, I suppose you're right. But don't go falling for me, Briar. And he's like, yeah, you wish you could get me. And it's like, I could get you to fall for me if I wanted you to be. Right, because you have a reputation for making people swoon over you. You know I'm still confused how we won that dinner. I mean, it's not like either of us signed up. Maybe they just assumed since we shared a room. Yeah, but you know, out of everyone, I'm glad you're my fake husband.
Oh.
Me too. It's just
That's
such
sweet,
a nice
yeah.
way to end. It is sweet. And in the notes is the bonus
Oh.
of how Yuri and Frankie got into this mess.
Oh, you.
Damien, you do think that you do think they'll be mad if they find out we put their names in as a couple? Yep. And yeah, maybe we shouldn't. They're not going to find out. So I'll avoid it.
I suspected shenanigans.
kids.
I didn't realise it would be Anya and Damien. Nice.
Yeah.
100% mischief.
I suspected Yor and Lloyd, to be honest.
Well, Yor and Lloyd are already together, I think.
But they could
'cause
put in...
these two are 17 now.
Yeah, but they could still put in Yuri's name, is what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They could have. But I think they just wanted their uncles to get along.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is cute.
Oh, it was so cute.
I hope... I
It's
noticed
very
this
cute.
is part 3 of a series. I'm hoping part 4 continues this saga.
Yes.
Assuming there is
Yeah,
a part 4 in the
definitely.
works. I hope there is.
I would like a... Yeah, I would like an expansion
Mhm.
of this very rare pair. And like... Because it's not... It doesn't really conclude if they move past, I don't know, friends. I don't think the author's really sure either, because I think in one of the tags it's like, just friends? I'm not really sure. Oh, that's fine.
I endorse this couple. I didn't think I would going into this, but
So that means there's potential for future
I hope so.
Yuri and Frankie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure who to ship Frankie with. I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted Yuri to end up with anyone in particular.
Yeah, there doesn't feel like a obvious choice for Frankie immediately in the canon of the show. But
Yeah,
I can see it
exactly.
working with Yuri.
Yeah, I think I quite like it. I quite like Soul Spirit's take on it. I think it could work. Yeah, they've sold me on it. Yeah,
Sometimes
I like
the
it.
pairs you least expect end up being your favourite. I'm thinking specifically, there's someone on Tumblr I've been following recently. They ship Jessie from Team Rocket with Ash's mum.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And they've been drawing this absolutely delightful comic. And I have been sold on that ship. I didn't think I would, but it works pretty well together. Ash is livid about it, though.
Well, yeah, he would
Yeah,
be.
he would be. You come home, like your nemesis is shagging your mum. But not only that, but they're treating her right, and yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he was fine with a Mr. Mime getting in there. Like,
I don't think he had a choice.
I don't know what to expect.
Maybe that's why he went away.
Maybe he was tired of Mr. Mime and Professor Oak having that rivalry over his mum, and now that they've settled down, yeah. I don't know. But that's a story for another time. I recommend looking into that.
Oh dear.
But yeah, this is cute. I want more of it. I approve. I think captains can do the marriage thing. I'm guessing this isn't how marriages work, meaning they could probably have annulled it right away since they hadn't reached land, I guess. I don't know. I've not really researched it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that, whether captains still have the power to preside over marriages.
I read something interesting a little while back, and I'm not sure how true it is, but back in the day, matey and mate was a short for matolog, or I might not be pronouncing that correctly, but it was like a sea husband,
Okay.
and
I've
it's
heard
kind
of
of
sea
where,
husbands. Yeah.
and
What, you mean like Steve
I
Bonnet and
think when-
Blackbeard from Our Flag Means Death?
I mean, that's a more romantic version of a sea husband. It's more imagine like a prison husband, only you haven't committed a crime.
Yeah.
It's like while you're at sea, you guys are together, but you're probably more inclined towards women when you're ashore, or maybe you're not. It does depend.
It's like having
you actually
work
get
spouse, but you pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Imagine a work spouse, but you're stuck together for months without being able to go home, and eventually your work spouse turns into your side hoe.
I see.
But also, it's a bit more than that, because actually, if your matey died, or matriarch died, you would get to inherit what he left you, but you'd be in charge of his funeral rites. Yeah, so it's a little bit like I suppose it is like a kind of sea marriage.
Ishmael in Moby Dick has a sea husband in that story.
Oh.
His name is Queequeg, and he's like a beefy Samoan man.
It's
surprisingly smutty, actually.
Yeah, we do learn things on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Usually nautical things, which is why we're the shipping forecast.
Hey.
And I mean, among other reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did do a little bit of digging while we're at it, though. These are the following is all the named places in Spy Family.
Okay.
Ostania, Westalis, Hugaria, Nautica.
Nautica.
The capital of Hugaria is Obda.
Okay.
And
not Obdapest.
Not Obdapest, unfortunately. I don't know why they didn't go like Butterpest or something like that.
Not on the nose.
Yeah.
They didn't want to be on the nose.
Just once. They didn't. They were like, no.
I mean, you've got Berlin. Which...
Oh, there's also a city... There is a city in Hugaria called Belvaros, which is a bit like Budapest, I guess.
Okay. Well, it begins with a B. And it's got the same amount of syllables.
And there's Calpatia, which is like Carpathia.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's it, really.
So, not as on the nose as we thought with city names.
I mean, Berlin is pretty on the nose.
Yeah. Like, if you...
as is the SSS.
That's it. If you come from the north of England, to say that it in translates as it isn't.
We made that joke last episode.
Berlin. Did we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did.
Never mind.
It was you, and you had to explain it, and we were both perplexed for a solid minute until
I actually cut it, I believe.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I was having another go at it.
You can
technically say it again. I'm not going to fake laugh for it. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I was doing it again then. I was having another go at it.
I'll fake laugh.
No, it's
Nick.
okay. I think
boring.
the moment has passed. You set of bastards.
Well,
Aww.
What? Sorry, I'm just down the wiki rabbit hole. There's lists of named members of WISE, the intelligence agency Lloyd works for. We've got Sylvia Sherwood, we've got Lloyd Forger, Fiona Frost, several unnamed rookies, Jim Hayward, and then Kebab.
Kebab?
Kebab.
Just Kebab?
Yeah. Agent Kebab. Well, he's a... he works at a kebab food truck. his name's Kebab.
Jim, I think you need to ask Freddie about his past before he came to the UK.
Oh, he was absolutely...
He was a wise agent. Mm-hmm. Agent Kebab.
Agent Kebab. I love it. Okay. I guess this implies the existence of Turkey as well.
Yeah, or a Turkish kind of place. Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, what have you been reading?
I have been reading the wonderfully titled Securing World Peace One Simp at a Time by hamburphobia and submissive_escargot.
I've seen submissive escargot around, actually. That name keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Usually in quite high-rated ones, so I expect good things.
Yeah, this is no exception. I'll just read you the summary. War breaks out between the two rival countries, Ostania and Westerlis. Tensions are higher than ever, and there seems to be no hope for negotiation.
Oh dear.
No hope, except for Wise's trump card, the prettiest man in Berlin.
And there is some stiff competition for that.
There is, yes. But, okay.
There's at least two men that are quite pretty.
Yeah, but this is very much everybody is simping for Lloyd Forger.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, to set the scene, the Forger family are having dinner. Yuri and Fiona are there too. They're currently having an argument, which shows all the signs of turning into a fight. You've got Anya at the table as well, who's got a head on the table trying to sleep through it, and Bond is in the room as well.
Good on him.
So, Yuri and Fiona are having an argument. I told you, this damn food tastes like bleach. And Fiona's whinging back, like, and how exactly would bleach get in the food, you dimwit? Well, maybe the bleach he uses to dye his hair somehow leaked into his fucking brain, messing up his food circuits, and then it trickled into the food.
So, just a bit of background. Like, Lloyd is a really good cook.
Yeah.
Yor is not. Yor is a terrible cook, but Yuri grew up on Yor's food.
Yeah,
so
this is it.
He's probably just like, this doesn't taste like poison, this is disgusting.
So yeah, you're probably right, but that's what Yuri and Fiona are fighting about. Eventually, Fiona's had enough. She takes a butter knife and whistles it through the air, and it's literally inches from Yuri's neck.
I see.
And she's literally about to slit his throat with a butter knife when, ding, the oven goes off. Lloyd sort of switches back on. Oh, the brownies are ready. Gets up to go take the brownies out of the oven. As he's bending down to open the oven, I'll just read this bit verbatim because I quite liked it. Yor and Fiona suddenly found the oven, and just the oven, exceptionally fascinating as he bent to retrieve the tray. Yuri might have spared a glance too, just a short look, really, nothing improper, but one had to know. But no one had to know. In brackets, it was so improper. So yeah, everybody is down bad for Lloyd Forger.
He may have been reaching for brownies, but there was definitely cake visible from where they were sat.
Absolutely. He's made brownies, but there is cake available as well. So
I've tried to sneak into Eden College, but I'm dummy thick.
Yes.
Clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the students. Oh dear.
So yeah. Anyway, Anya perks up. She's had a face down on the table, trying to sleep through the argument because she's just like, oh, for God's sake,
Anya.
just get on with it.
Like, her brain, she can probably just hear all these horny thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely.
From everyone.
She doesn't understand what any of it is. She's like, what the fuck are they on about?
Probably right, but
I don't see any cake.
But yeah, she's perked up. She's seen the brownies come out of the oven. She's having similar thoughts about the brownies as everybody else is having about Lloyd. So, in fact, so is Bond, because he's been sitting patiently by the table, but now he turns away from the oven and stares intently at the wall, tries to avoid his desires of eating the brownies because apparently he had a premonition that if he took one, it would be like bad things would happen.
Yeah, I mean, if he ate chocolate, it'd probably kill him.
There'll be chocolate in it.
Yeah, this is it, yeah. Dogs do have a problem with chocolate, so yeah, so, Bond is smart.
In my opinion, Bond has the brain cell for the Forger family.
Yes.
There is only one, and Bond has it.
Bond has it. Yeah.
Almost exclusively. Sometimes Lloyd borrows it. It's mostly Bond.
Yeah.
He is the brains of the outfit.
Yeah, Bond definitely knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So Lloyd is oblivious to this. He just sort of walks over, sets the brownies down. You know, instead of fighting, why not enjoy these? And with his dishevelled hair, comfortable outfit and apron tying the look together, he looks... And then Yor blurts out, "You're delicious. I mean the brownies. They look really yummy." Smooth as always.
Very smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grace, I don't suppose I could get you to read Fiona's inner thoughts there. Because you know the style of how Fiona's thoughts are versus her exterior.
I think this is Anya sort of reading
That's
Fiona's
Anya
mind.
reading Fiona's mind.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, I don't know how I'd say it.
Oh, Twilight, how adorable you look right now.
Oh, yeah.
That messy blonde hair, innocent smile, and fluffy little oven mitts. Oh, that cute little apron does wonders for you. Run away with me, Twilight. We'll eat brownies together forever. But she is like stern exterior the entire time.
Oh, so she's got a cutesy inner monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her thoughts are a lot fluffier than her cold-hearted exterior implies.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, true, but like her fluffy inner thoughts also turn dark at a quite sharp turn sometimes. And it's just like, oh.
Yeah, she's an odd one.
Yeah, Anya has noticed this, and she's just like staring Fiona out. Her expression was one of cool disinterest, but her gaze was glued to Lloyd's figure like a hawk as he set the warm tray on the table. Yuri's sneering at him. It's like, "What's this? You baked the mutt's poop now?" But he takes a bite of the brownie, and it's just the best thing he's tasted. And it's like, yes, I've got to save face here. Clamp my mouth shut before I can drool all over the table.
I see.
I could really go with some brownies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So, just to set the scene here, Yuri and Fiona, they are caught in a little bit of a Mexican standoff. It's like, who would be the first to take a brownie and take a bite? And, of course, the horny thoughts are flying through the air, and then eventually Anya has to do something, so she shouts, "Brownies!" and reaches forward, grabs a handful, and stuffs her face. That breaks the tension. They all eat the brownies. Yor's like, "Anya sure loves your baking, Lloyd." And he's like, "I'm glad. She deserves a treat once in a while. Let's enjoy them together." Which is, quite...
It's very wholesome.
Yeah, it's very, very, very wholesome. Okay, so fast forward after the dinner. Lloyd is in a dark alleyway talking to Frankie. And he's telling him about the dinner. He's like, "And that's all that happened, really. You didn't really miss anything." And Frankie's listening. He's got this shit-eating grin on his face, looking at Lloyd, and it's like, "Yeah, I don't know, it feels like I missed a lot. Look at you, stopping a murder with your good looks." Which is exactly what happened, really.
I'm sensing a tinge of jealousy here.
No, Frankie's just taking the piss. He's just saying, "Really, Tide and Fiona does not fit." So, 2 nights afterwards, Anya reads Bond's mind. And, of course, this is when we hear about the war between the two countries. She has this horrible premonition of guns and bombs and mud flying and things like that. So she knows that something's coming. And then she notices that Bond is nudging towards the counter, which holds the holy grail of hot chocolate packets. Like, Bond has had an idea. Based on the events of the dinner, Bond has had an idea, and he suddenly has this premonition. Of course, Anya reads his mind. The premonition is thus: war has broken out. It's all over the news. There's a newsreader talking it through. There's pictures on the TV of guns and bombs and explosions and things like that. Anya goes to Lloyd, "Hurry up, Papa, you got to save the world." At which point, Lloyd is baking furiously. He's in the kitchen, It's a storm of flour, eggs, other ingredients. He's in the midst of the chaos, whizzing around the kitchen, wielding a whisk and a spatula, dual-wielding them like his pistols. Here's another verbatim line, because I quite liked it. He wore an apron that read, "Kiss the cook," on top of his blue grandpa cardigan that always made Mama's thoughts mushy.
Oh.
So yeah, cardigans, they do things for you.
Yeah. Well, for your...
And of course, Yor, who is watching from the couch, she swoons. She does the anime thing, swoons, face plants on the ground, steam rising from her face. Bond goes over, licks her face, trying to cool her down. And then Anya comes out of it, she shakes her head. It's like, I still don't understand. What does hot cocoa and that have to do with world peace? And then she sort of has an idea. On the night of the brownie incident, Papa prevented a crime with just a few mouth-watering brownies. If he does it again, he could stop the war and save the world.
Ah.
And this is the end of Chapter 1. Sadly, there are no more chapters yet. I don't think it's going to be updated anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last one was October.
Yeah, October 2022, sadly. But I kind of want to see...
Yeah.
I kind of want to see the war brought down by simping. Because that's basically the plot of this fic.
Yeah, we need legally distinct Gorbachev and Reagan just sat down and Lloyd breaking in to...
Lloyd is sent in with some brownies.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody simps for Lloyd, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was delightful.
Yes.
I thought this was very, very cute for something which has the tags crack treated seriously.
Mm-hmm. And a war.
Yeah, and a war.
In the middle.
Yeah, 100%. Like, war breaks out. Or rather, there's a premonition about war breaking out.
Yeah.
So,
I approve.
I thought this was wholesome and funny. And I'd like to see more of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the war being stopped by simping.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see that in many places, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not just here.
Yeah, real life could do with a few things like that, too.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, thank you, Hamburphobia and Submissive Escargot.
This was fun. Like, a lot of fun.
Mm. Sorry, I just noticed the additional tag Peach, and now I know why.
I see.
I was curious what else. Oh, that is the only thing with this tag, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's sort of colon, peach, colon.
Mm-hmm. I imagine to make like the peach emoji.
Yes.
For Lloyd's dump truck ass.
Lloyd Forger has a fat ass.
Mm-hmm. And good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? That's a decent segue. He's got a fat ass in my fic as well, but only temporarily. Okay, we should...
So, Jim...
Let me talk about a fic, and then we can go off.
So,
yeah.
Jim, what have you been reading?
I'm glad you asked. Hello again, everyone. You may notice time has passed.
No, it hasn't.
Probably. Guess what happened when we were recording? The Russians is what happened.
Yeah, they did. Oh, God, I forgot about that. Yeah, they did.
It's only been 2 days now.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of... Okay, so basically, I'll explain... I won't take long, because I know we've taken long enough on this, but basically, due to various things happening at my work, the past 2 days has just been like a solid block of rage between the hours of 7 and 6. So, yeah, I've forgotten a lot of things, but today was much better, so I've had time.
So, we were planning to finish recording this episode yesterday evening. Just sort of keep it nice and continuous. And then it turns out the Russians took down AO3 with a DDoS attack.
Of all the things to take down.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a group called Anonymous Sudan, who a few weeks previously threatened to take down the entire European financial sector. And they couldn't do that. As you may have noticed, we still have an economy.
They set their sights on something far more important.
They set their sights on something far more valuable to me, and more valuable to a lot of people. Archive of Our Own. My beloved. I didn't realise what we had until the Russians took it away from us.
Until you couldn't access it.
Until I couldn't access it.
The memes were golden, though. People were shipping their furniture together.
Yeah. There was like I think my favourite I saw on Twitter was, it's like day 2 of AO3 being down. My brother's an adult now. been outside, not really worth it. I miss you. Just shit like that. But it's back. It came back, I think, within 24 hours, possibly 48 hours.
Yep, the authors won. In the end.
The gays won.
Yes.
So, gays won, Russian hackers 0. Talking of Cold War espionage...
Oh!
You motherfucker.
Son of a gun.
Yeah. You'll never believe this. That was not planned. It just sort of came to me. I was like, oh, yeah, rough parallels to the Cold War. So I read a fic called Sub-Operation St. Nicholas by Audacious_Stranger.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys have this? Do I need to repost it?
No, I found it.
Perfect.
Professionalism.
So this is our Christmas special in July.
Oh, we're doing this, are we?
Oh yeah, I think we did this last year as well.
Are we getting out the way early?
I'm a big fan of just reading Christmas fics when it's not Christmas.
Fair enough. Think cold thoughts.
Also, this is a really good Christmas special. It's written in a way that I could see... Like, if Spy Family did a Christmas episode, I see it playing out like this.
Okay.
Like, this is exactly how every character behaves, and I applaud them for that. Even though this is an AU.
Okay.
Oh.
There are slight changes to the timeline. The main one, Lloyd and Yor know about each other.
Oh, okay.
What they don't know is about their daughter being able to read minds.
Okay.
But that's okay. It doesn't matter in this fic, because it's currently a new moon. And the thing about the new moon is Anya cannot read minds during the new moon.
Oh, is that canon, or...?
That is canon.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Because there's an episode where she has an important exam, and she's like, aha, I can just read minds and pass. And then it's the new moon, and she can't read minds, and has to actually study. That poor girl.
Yeah, we've all... Well, not maybe mind reading, but we've all been there. Cheating doesn't work.
Wait.
Cheaters never prosper.
Exactly.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they
they do.
They're all rich now.
If they're members of the Tory party, they do. Anyway.
Real winners quit.
Oh, I want that on a t-shirt.
Thanks, Nick.
If it sucks, hit the
Just
bricks.
give up, son.
If it sucks, just leave.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so our story begins. It's Christmas.
Yay!
Lloyd's been going all out on Christmas. Operation Strix, their whole mission, has a budget, and he is spending all of it. Like, they have gone, like, he's taken them on fancy holidays, he's bought them elaborate gifts, he's even pampering Bond, and it's all going on the expenses.
Classic.
So, at this point, since they know about each other, it's like, right, let's see how much of a good time we can have at our various agencies' expense.
More or less. He is handing in expense forms, and his argument is that since they're posing as a rich family, he does have to do sort of extravagant gifts and everything.
Excellent.
And his handler does not believe him. Because he also doesn't believe him. She just looks him dead in the eye. She's still signing off on them, but she's just like, mate, what? This is clearly... You are taking the piss right now, but you've earned it because you are our best agent. So, do it. Maybe buy your daughter a pony. He considers getting his daughter a pony, then he realizes they live in an apartment, and the logistics of that would be very difficult. But the most important thing he's going to do for his daughter, as a part of Operation Yuletide, is Sub-Operation St. Nicholas.
Ooh.
The concept is simple. Step 1. Disguise himself as Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Step 2, climb into the apartment. Step 3, put the presents in, and then leave. Undetected, air quotes. Because he fully plans to be detected. Yeah. He's going to do this in a way to make sure Anya sees exactly what he's doing.
Oh, but it's a new moon, so she's not going to be able to...
She won't be able to read his mind, but...
She won't be able to know it's him.
But she's also 8, and she's probably going to stay up watching the chimney secretly.
Yes.
That's what he's banking on. So, it's Christmas Eve. He makes her go to bed. She's like, no, I want to stay up and see Santa. Like, no, time for bed. Shove her off to bed. He puts on his disguise. He's got like a fat suit. He's got like a prosthetic mask. He's even changed his eye color. Like, he's spitting image of Father Christmas.
Oh, he's going all out.
Because, like, Lloyd is a master of disguise, and he's gone all out with this. Like, he's gone the full Mission Impossible, like, cosmetics on the face, so that he can rip them off and sort of do "it was me all along" shit. Like he does quite often in the show. Like, I often found watching the anime, watching background characters thinking, is that Lloyd in disguise? And often it was.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah. Like, he does a lot of kind of blending in like that. Yor sort of sees him, she says, hey, I'm happy you're making our daughter happy. Like, good on you. He's like, yeah, I'm glad the disguise works. Smallest error could give me away. Right, then he taps his ear. Frankie's on the earpiece.
Oh, okay.
He's bugged the house. Anya's still awake. She's still in her room currently. He asks, like, what's going on. There's a little aside being like, oh, Yor's asleep, and there's this little aside bit. Lloyd. Frankie asks where Yor is. Lloyd says, she asked me to come back to bed with her, but I needed to finish this mission. And Frankie's like, dude, you're passing up on that to dress up as Father Christmas? Like, what the hell? Not realizing Yor is listening in on this entire thing.
All right.
Just being like, yeah, bro. And, yeah. But anyway, Lloyd turns to Frankie and says, deploy the flashlight. And he's got like a red flashlight above... Sorry, a torch. I am British. Holds up a red torch above Anya's bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And they just hear on the radio, look, Bond, it's Rudolph! And then he does the jingling of the bells and everything. Makes some footsteps, like sounding like a reindeer, like clopping some hooves, like right above her window. So she's like, Santa's above us, and just rushes to under the tree.
This is Lloyd's handler doing all this.
This is Frankie, the fixer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Frankie Franklin, the fixer.
Yeah.
Handler, I don't see doing this, but I don't know. Maybe she believes in the spirit of Christmas enough. But yeah, Frankie's doing all that. As that happens, Santa, air quotes, jumps out of the bedroom window, rappels along to the other side, and then breaks in through the living room window, being as sort of stealthy as possible. Lands in the living room. Bond is sat opposite him, and that's when he realizes, I did not disguise my scent. Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bond is going to either recognize me and come up and lick my face, or if he doesn't recognize me, he might attack me. And then Bond just nods off in the middle of the living room. And he's just like, oh, you're a terrible guard dog.
Honestly, that's just dogs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like Bond he's one of those big but gentle dogs. Like, he would not attack someone, but just the fear of seeing him would be enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where was I? Okay, so he deploys the presents, puts them under the tree. He bought her a water pistol.
Oh, caramel-coated peanuts.
Yeah. Oh, Anya loves her peanuts. They all get a bunch of things. Bond even gets some dog treats. Yor gets a new pair of earrings. It's very lovely. But then he turns to the one thing in the room giving off a menacing aura, and that is the cookies. Because the thing about these cookies is Yor made them.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. They're
Take
going
a
to be
bite
terrible.
out of it.
And the thing is, if he doesn't eat them, it's going to be a dead giveaway. Because only Lloyd or people close to him would know not to eat Yor's cookies.
Can't you just hide them out the window?
He knows he's being watched by Anya.
Ah, right.
So he takes a bite, so he's just like, oh god, what am I going to do? Takes like a tiny bite and turns out to be okay. In fact, he even likes a little bit of it. So he manages to eat half of one, doesn't get food poisoning, pockets the rest, chugs the milk, goes to leave, and that's when he sees these eyes staring at him from behind the sofa. And he's like, aha, I have been watched. So he does the Santa thing. He puts on a deep voice and sort of goes, hello, little one, what are you doing out of bed? And sort of has a conversation with Anya, saying, yes, I'm real. And yeah, it's very wholesome.
Yeah, that is wholesome.
Anya asks to ride in the sleigh. He doesn't have a sleigh, so he's like, oh, you'll just have to wait a year or two. Now, I think that's a problem. Lloyd has caused a problem for future Lloyd, because now, in 2 years, he's going to have to bring her... He's going to have to do this again, but a lot more elaborately. Or he's going to have to tell his daughter that Santa isn't real and it was him in disguise.
Yeah.
Neither of those are good options.
No. One's either a lot of work and the other one's a lot of heartache.
Exactly. So future Lloyd has caused future Lloyd a huge problem here. But that is in character for Lloyd. Yeah, that's not criticism of the fic, that is Lloyd causing problems for himself.
Yeah. Just letting future you worry about things.
Exactly. Classic Lloyd. So yeah, he does his bit. He jumps out of the window again and sneaks back into his own bedroom. Tells Frankie, yep, missions was a success. Go home, over and out. And that's when he gets into his room, realizes it's dark in his room, and he goes to turn on the lamp, and the lamp isn't plugged in anymore.
Oh.
And he hears a sultry voice saying, I'm not going to do the sultry voice. Do you guys want me to do the sultry voice?
No.
If you want to do the sultry voice, you can do the sultry voice.
Welcome back, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
A familiar voice greeted him cutely. It's Yor. Why don't you slip out your disguise first, then you can worry about the lights. And that's when he realizes, something's up. So, takes off his disguise. She turns the lights on. She is wearing an absolutely lovely outfit. I'll just pick this description. It framed her bountiful chest so alluring that it ought to be illegal.
I see what she's gone for here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She has also disguised herself as Santa, if
the full
slightly
Mrs.
more...
Claus. Yes.
Yeah, she's disguised herself as Mrs. Claus. And, yeah. Lloyd, very happy to see her, needless to say. And I think we're going to leave it there. Actually, no, there's a bit more afterwards I'll discuss. I may as well just quote this verbatim. He took his time unwrapping that Christmas present, and he enjoyed that present the rest of Christmas Eve. He spent every single night up to New Year's unwrapping it again. Sorry, unwrapping her again. And unraveling her again. And making her caroling voice reach higher and higher octaves.
I see.
By the time they reached January 2nd, they were practically comatose.
So it sounds like Lloyd and Yor had a good Christmas too.
They sure did. And every year after that, Operation Yuletide became Twilight's top priority for the month of December.
Because of course.
And Mrs. Claus would start paying a visit late at night as early as November 2nd.
For fuck's sake.
So yeah.
That's good of her.
Yeah. There is a picture, if you follow that link in the notes, you can see the Yor sexy outfit that inspired this.
There is fan art. Let's have a look-see.
Yeah, I need to pull it up again myself.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that is not safe for work, is it?
Mm-hmm. But neither is this podcast, so
No.
if you can afford to listen to this, you can probably have a look.
Yeah, don't listen to this at work.
Listen to this at work.
Coward.
With your headphones on. Yeah, the art is by Hass263 Spy. And it's very lovely.
I liked that. That was fun.
It's very fluffy.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Yor Lloyd smut out there, and I had a hard time picking which ones I wanted to read.
So you're telling me that when it wasn't down, you were just reading loads and loads and loads of smut.
Yeah. When
You weren't even looking at anything else, it's just soul smut all the time.
I was here to read Lloyd and Yor, and I found plenty of it.
Yep, fair enough.
I had a hard time choosing as well. There was one I wanted to give an honorary mention to. Where is it? I very nearly picked R.I.P. Lloyd Forger. He died doing what he loved by Fire Sonic 152. This is the story of Lloyd really doing his best to have sex with Yor, but Yor keeps pegging him.
Okay.
Like every night he's like, I'm gonna do it. This time I'm gonna have sex with her, and then
This time I'm gonna top her, and she just
this time I'm gonna top her, and then she just takes control every night.
So what? He's basically just standing there with 8 inches of plastic inside him, and you're behind him, and he's
I
like,
don't think he's just standing there.
well, sitting there, and he's just like, oh fuck again, really?
Essentially, I don't want to spoil that fic. I encourage everyone to read it themselves. But yeah, that one actually spanned into a whole series of Lloyd trying to have sex with his wife, and his wife doing really different things to him. At one point, she lays an egg in him. It's a great series. I encourage everyone to read that too.
He does a lot for the mission, doesn't he?
He
Lloyd?
does.
Anything for the mission.
The mission.
And there was another
Lie
one.
back and think of the mission.
The other one I wanted to give an honorary shout out to was It's Just the Light Coming On by Your Endless Blue. I also very nearly picked this. Fantastic fic. This is the story of the time Handler and Nightfall find out that Lloyd has broken his neck.
Oh.
Investigating the incident report of how he fell off a ladder and broke his neck.
He
I
didn't
don't
fall
think
off a
that's
ladder,
how he
did he?
broke his
He
neck.
did not.
I think something sat on him.
I think someone sat on him too.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what Handler thinks too, immediately. So yeah, there's a lot of great Lloyd Yore. I really struggled to pick one. I think I picked the right one in the end. But, like, I encourage everyone to read as much of these as you can. One thing I did find amusing is, I think this is, in a way, this is the most vanilla pair out there.
Yeah, it is, I suppose, because it is just, at least, I know it's people pretending, but at least it's just people being husband and wife.
It's husband and wife, most of it involving penis and vagina cream pie sex.
Yeah.
Which, okay, imagine if I was the Pope, right?
Horrible.
This is, like, everything... I can't even think. Do you see where I'm going with from here? I can't quite articulate where I'm going with it.
It's approved by the Catholic Church.
This is the most Catholic-approved ship I think we're ever going to cover.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite wholesome that everyone's on board with it.
Yeah, fair enough. They haven't really tried to make them something that they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm struggling to articulate that one, but... Yeah, this... It's just wholesome that we're just shipping a married couple doing what married couples do.
Yeah, this is it. We can light the straight beacon for this fandom.
This is weirdly the most heterosexual ship fandom I think we're going to cover, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is the X-Files as well. But I think there's a yaoi ship in the X-Files as well.
Oh, right, so this has the edge.
This might have the edge. I don't know how popular that is versus Lloyd and Yuri, so who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a more...
Lloyd and Yuri?
As in Yuri Breyer, not Yuri as in Two Girls Kissing.
Oh.
Or Yuri on Ice, which is also very popular. And Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space.
Alright.
The man who won the space race.
The man, yeah, that's another hill I'll die on. Yuri Gagarin won the space race. Up yours, Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, not the Americans. It was the space race, not the moon race.
Exactly. Oh, that's a weird tangent. We should get off this.
Yeah, I know. Especially things being what they are at the minute, but...
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, fuck Russia, but...
First of all, it was a dog.
Yes,
it was?
Laika won the space race.
Yeah.
A Russian dog, I believe.
It doesn't fucking matter.
You get my point, though. Yeah, Laika won the space race.
Oh, so you're going to enjoy your polonium sandwiches tomorrow, then?
I'm avoiding tall buildings. Mostly because I live in the countryside.
Yep.
You live below seawater in the
do.
countryside.
Oh, God, I've bought a house that could flood. That's a problem.
You have. Just drown like the rest of us and shut up.
Okay. So, what have we learned today about Spy Family?
Specifically.
And not all the stories about Grace's work.
I've learned that Lloyd's a good dad.
He is. Oh, he's such a good dad.
He is a good dad.
Yeah. I mean, technically, he's not even biologically a dad. He's just very good at it.
I'm starting to... Alright, maybe I'm just being cynical. But I have this weird feeling that even though it's a fluffy show, at some point, Lloyd is going to be like, right, mission's over.
I was just thinking that,
leave.
yeah. I hope not.
And, yeah, I hope not, but it's going to be like, is he going to regret it?
I think it will conclude by him leaving and then quitting his job to go back.
Maybe.
Or he'll die.
I don't... I think everyone's so invested in Spy Family being fluffy now that if they went dark with it, then...
They've been dark.
I mean, like, dark. Like, dark in a way that compromises the lovely family that we've seen. I don't see it happening.
I don't know, whenever authors and shit make something fluffy, they do like to destroy what they've created a lot.
You might be right.
You know what I mean? There's always that little... but now let's kick the life thing back in and ruin everything.
I think it will end with they'll defeat Hitler and
Who's Hitler?
Donovan Desmond.
Wish.com Hitler.
Wish.com Hitler.
Yes.
No, there's a new
Yes.
Wish.com on the scene because they keep fucking advertising all over the place.
Timu Hitler.
Timu Hitler.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
See,
Stop advertising.
even you knew what I was on about before,
So if
before I
you-
finished that sentence.
If you want to
I
shop like a
didn't know what
billionaire
this
and
is.
buy Hitler,
I fucking hate those ads.
oh, they're awful, aren't they?
Yeah,
They are garbage.
I've not seen any of these.
it's like Poundland Alibaba, which is saying something.
Right.
'cause
What?
AliExpress.
Just...
they're the same
Oh,
they're the same
God.
company, Nick.
I didn't know there
Yeah.
was something called Alibaba.
There is.
All right, okay.
So the Alibaba group owns AliExpress. There's also Taobao and Tmall, which are other major sites.
I know of Taobao. William buys his shit
Yeah,
on Taobao.
he shouldn't.
Oh,
I don't recommend Taobao. It's like, imagine Wish.com if they didn't have standards.
Oh, he doesn't have standards either, so it's alright.
it's a match made in heaven.
It sure is. So anyway, my predictions. So he'll defeat Temu Hitler. He'll be reassigned, and then he'll say, "No, I need to stay with my family." And then the hand will be like, "Well, you've got to choose your family or the job," and then he's going to say, "Both. Watch how my wife can deck people." and then Hannah's going to like, "Fair. Welcome aboard." And then they get sent on missions as a family, and they all live happily ever after.
Hopefully.
That's my ending. If the author chooses to go a different direction, that's fine. I'm just not going to listen to them.
You're just going to write your own ending.
I've already written the ending in my head.
Live your own truth.
Exactly. And I refuse to believe it will end in any other way.
Yeah, fair enough.
There may also be a time skip at the end where Anya's in her 20s and is the best spy in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe she gets a spin-off called Legend of Anya. And it's like cyberpunk future.
Ah, the old Avatar thing.
That's my ending.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll fight anyone who disagrees. No. Actually, no. It will also end with exactly what I just said. Only Yor is pregnant at the end,
Yeah, fair enough.
and there's going to be
Okay.
like 3 chapters of just them just pounding it out. Give the people what they want. It's just going to be a hentai manga for 3 chapters, and then just back to normal.
Just before it ends.
And you'll own all
Of
of
course,
them.
everyone will. It'll be the best-selling manga ever made.
The
Full
best-selling
Metal
hentai
Alchemist
ever
will be
made.
crying.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Okay. Anything else we want to say before we wrap up?
I don't know.
I've had fun
I'm glad.
with this. It's refreshing to find something which is so vanilla and wholesome.
Well, as a wise man once said, vanilla is the finest of the flavors.
Yes.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't
See-
argue with the bare naked ladies.
Yeah. Got to see the show because then you know the vertigo is going to go because it's a dangerous life to sign a waiver.
Well done.
I practiced that song a lot for no reason other than...
Why did you... No, I know why you practice that. I can just see you
Wait,
out...
he's waited for
No,
this moment.
It's 5 a.m. You've had an argument with Sophie the night before. She's in her bed. She's mad at you. You're stood outside her window. You're holding a boombox. And you're just karaoke out. You karaoke out 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies. Which is your song
She
for
gets
some reason.
Angrier with you.
So, what I like to do is the Neil Cicierega version,
Oh, yeah.
which is mashed up with Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like,
He's got 2 versions, right?
he has, yeah, I think he's got several. One of them is mashed up with Smooth Criminal.
Yeah, that's the one I prefer.
But yeah, my favourite is the one which is Stand By Me, because up until when the singer's supposed to start singing, they sound identical. So it's the best fake out in the entire world.
Okay, well, that's only slightly changes my image of you stood outside Sophie's window with your boombox.
Well, the thing is, it generates false hope, I feel.
What the fuck?
Because, Stand By Me is supposed to be really romantic. It's about, sticking together through thick and thin. Though things might happen. So I'll be fine as long as you're at my side. And then it's just 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies.
I want to generate false hope is such a Grace thing to say that it just shocked me that it came from you, Nick. Grace, can I repeat what you said at D&D that absolutely killed me?
What?
So I gave everyone... D&D campaign. I gave everyone a empty floor plan, and the option was you could just buy furniture for your safe house, right?
Okay.
And when Grace placed the bed, she had placed it so the headboard was facing the door. Like, the bed was against the wall.
Yeah, where your feet were is where the wall was, and then there was nothing either side, and the rest of the room was, like, behind the bed.
And I said, Grace, do you want me to rotate that for you? And you said, no, I want this room to cause fear.
Yes. I want people to walk in this room, look at the headboard not being against a wall, only the footboard being against the wall, and to just let anyone visiting the room know that don't mess, there's a fucking psychopath in here. No one's going to steal shit the moment they see that. They're like, it's not fucking worth it.
That is a thing, isn't it? Like, you do get anxiety if your bed doesn't face the door, because that's the most likely that's the most likely angle you're going to be attacked from. So
I didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense. Like, every room I've had, I've sort of faced.
Which means if your head of the bed is got its back to the door and is facing the wall, it means that you're the most dangerous thing in that room because you don't need to face the door when you sleep.
Grace has managed to...
And whoever enters that will know that. And I invited someone into the room to look at it, and then I sent them straight back out again.
Check,
like...
Yeah,
I did.
Because it was fucking grim. You managed to combine, you know all those edgy Sigma male videos?
God, I love Feng. Yeah.
What?
Feng. Phonk is like the music that goes on in the background.
Oh, I see.
Like, when they do,
I didn't know.
Yeah, like drift videos
it's
and
like,
shit. It's all
You've
that.
invented Feng Shui for Sigma males.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, putting your bed facing away from the door because you're the most dangerous thing in the room at any time.
That is Feng Shui for Sigma males.
That is, honestly, that is something I would see on an Andrew Tate tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I occasionally joke that me and Nick should start an Andrew Tate style show and be like the real alpha males. But Grace, you've done it.
Sorry. The only reason my bed isn't like that is because the size of my actual room is wall to wall with the bed, whichever way I put it.
Fine. So what we've learned today is Grace is unhinged, and possibly the next Andrew Tate in disguise.
I think I learned that pretty much...
Day one.
I don't know, 2-3 weeks after I met Grace. So...
Yeah.
I made a safe impression, and the truth unravelled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
she seems nice 2 weeks later. Good God.
Exactly. I'd like to think I made a better impression. It took a while to realise I was a bit unhinged. Probably.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Perfect. Anyway, I think that's all we have time for. Unless there's anything else you guys want to add about Spy Family.
About
Spy Family, specifically.
Yes, because we
do get a bit tangenty today.
Yeah.
Oh, did I show you guys the Mission Impossible crossover poster? I think I did.
Yes,
you did.
That's a good
we
poster.
should talk about that because I noticed it's Anya doing all the stunts that Tom Cruise is doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wherever I posted it.
If anybody could.
Yeah. Like on the real poster, it's Tom Cruise looking deadly, and Anya's just sort of waddling along like the 4-year-old she is. Like in the top left, he's jumping off a motorbike. She's jumping off off Bond, I should say. But yeah, that looks very good. I'll post that on our Tumblr. As a reminder, follow us on our Tumblr, because that is now our main social media. I mean, it always was a little bit, but I've given up on Twitter. Like many people. Exactly. Last episode I didn't even post it to Twitter. I was just like, you know what? Nah, you follow us on Tumblr. You know where to find us. It was always the cooler platform anyway. You can follow us on LinkedIn as well. No one does, but I don't
if you dare.
I don't blame anyone for actually saying that. I did get a notification. I think we might have a LinkedIn follower. Or it may have just been a suggestion of who to follow. I don't know.
Tell you what, first person who follows us using their own LinkedIn, which they actually make themselves and use for work, gets into the Discord for free.
Yeah. Saying that, it's £1 to join us, so you're not saving much.
No, not at all. But yeah,
it wasn't someone following
Pound
us.
versus your reputation.
Incidentally, I just got a recommendation to follow someone who has a BA in politics with international relations. So I don't know why they'd want to listen to us.
Maybe they think we're a shipping company
God,
again.
I hope so.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Oh, that was so good back in the day.
I think they still follow
when
us.
World Trade stopped.
Let's
still
look.
Follow us.
As a reminder for new listeners, one of our first followers on Tumblr was a Vietnamese shipping company. Oh, let's have a look.
Yes, when the Suez Canal got
blocked,
blocked,
that was it. We were posting about the Suez Canal,
about it.
And I think they just went, "Aha, shipping."
Yeah, if anybody knows what's going on, it's these guys.
But also,
and they just heard about ships fucking each other because of everything on AO3.
But my second question is, why does a Vietnamese shipping company have a Tumblr?
And why haven't they unfollowed us?
I think they might have done, actually. I can't find them in our list of followers.
Oh, that's such a shame.
I'm sorry, guys.
Cowards. I don't blame them.
I do. Are we not entertaining enough?
I just don't think we're not about...
Are you not entertained?
I just don't think we're not about normal... Well, I say normal ships enough.
I guess.
Yeah. They just wanted to transport their goods across the Cape of Good Hope. Because they couldn't get through the canal.
Yeah, I don't see them anymore.
We didn't offer that solution, so they left.
Well, we might have done if they asked. We wouldn't.
That first comment.
No.
But do you know how to get...
Sure. I do, actually. Step
We're trying
1.
to get to Lisbon.
Step 1. Invest in blimps. Bring back the blimp.
They are bringing back blimps.
Yeah.
But not for global transport.
Oh.
It's a fun thing.
Oh, I mean, that's still fine. I like blimps.
Yeah.
My personal philosophy on
transport. They're being
transport.
laminated, so I'm never going to go on one.
Oh. Shit. Anything else we want to add?
It's just brain bleach, isn't it?
I know. Right?
Yeah. Join us on our Discord.
Yeah.
For just £1 a month.
You can join us.
You can...
Yep, follow us on Tumblr. Follow us on LinkedIn if you're brave enough.
Yep.
You can follow us on Twitter. It's not going to be that exciting.
No, there probably won't be a lot posted now.
Nah.
Because of Genius
Because I'm
Elon's master plan.
too lazy more than anything.
And that, yeah.
Yeah, if you like us, we've got a Patreon. It's £1. You can throw money at us. You don't have to. Times are tough. You'll get early access to episodes. You will get to chat with us. You'll get to read. You'll get to see what we're doing ahead of time, and all our fics are in 2 handy little lists, so you can see what's going on and read along with us. And yeah, be good to see you in there.
Yep, it would.
Join us next time. Our schedule's going to be a bit hectic for the month of July. You'll probably have noticed that because this will have gone up by then. Hopefully we'll be back on track for August.
Just tell it like it is. Our schedule is falling apart like a wet
schedule's
cake.
so fucked.
There's nothing we can do
So many
about
adult
it.
problems have just come in. And yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, things will happen when they happen. I don't know what we're doing next time either. We should probably go away and think about that before our next episode.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have a look at what we're doing.
We might revisit something because something is coming out again in July that will probably be the talk of the town.
Oh, okay.
And it might be worth revisiting that topic in particular.
But we've not done Barbie before.
Good Omens.
Oh shit. I'm so sorry.
No, that's funny. Yeah, we've not. There's actually not that much fic for Barbie.
Well,
Is
you
there
know,
any
when the
for
source
Oppenheimer?
material is so good, you know.
Yeah.
Is there any for Oppenheimer yet?
Oh God, yeah. Let's have a look because this will become.
Oh, there will be. It's Cillian Murphy. Of course, there's going
By
to be.
the time this
Fics for
airs,
Oppenheimer.
both Oppenheimer and Barbie will be out. I hope
Yeah.
they're as good as the hype has been implying, because this may age poorly if it's not good.
I really want to see Oppenheimer.
I-
Like, researching things about nuclear things is what I do for fun.
So this is me in full film critic mode. It's probably going to be good. What I'm more interested in knowing is the sound quality going to be good? Because I've been very salty about Christopher Nolan because he has no idea how to balance his film sound. Because the dialogue is always very, very quiet, and then the sound effects are always boom, and all the music's like and you can't hear anything anyone's saying.
Well, to be fair, the sound of a nuclear bomb going off is probably one of the loudest sounds anybody will get to hear on this earth. So maybe he's the right person for the job.
While that's great, there's no excuse for Interstellar.
I see.
Or the other one, Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet.
That's the one.
Yeah.
There are 5 fics about Oppenheimer. The most popular one is called Waiting for the Barbarians. It is a Barbie crossover.
Because of course it is.
Yep.
I've already seen like adverts of Barbie crossovers. Which like, Ken, did you bring
Yes.
the box?
They've been
I think I
delightful.
sent it to you, didn't I? Yes. Oh, fuck's sake.
You didn't send me it, actually, but it's...
I swear I did. I must have just liked it.
Okay. Second most popular is in Chinese. The third most popular is a crossover with Oppenheimer, Barbie, Lazy Town, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and The Muppet Show.
Now that's a mindfuck.
Yeah. I was really hoping it would just be Oppenheimer / The Muppet Show, because The Muppets Oppenheimer is a film I'd much rather see.
I feel like it would be really dark.
Yeah, but I also want to see Kermit the Frog as Oppenheimer.
I want
yeah,
to see the Count teaching you to count backwards.
Oh god.
Oh fucking
That
hell.
was dark. Also, the Count is not a member of the Muppets.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, they're both puppets. They're both, you know.
Fuck you, Nick, first of all.
Well, they are. I mean, come on.
No.
I didn't used to watch the Muppets. Also,
The Muppets are different. I know I'm repeating a meme here, but I saw this and it really did stick with me. I love that pretty much every human is on board for treating the Muppets like real people.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever see them in interviews, it's never the actors, it is Kermit the Frog, like, on the carpet, like,
Yes.
doing interviews. And I love that.
As it should be.
We need to keep that going.
What I find funny is that I watched one of Miss Piggy doing interviews with people, and literally all the male actors were just flirting with her and shit.
Like,
And she was like, "Oh, fuck off."
yeah, there's something magical
Tom Hiddleston
about
trying
the
his
Muppets.
luck with a fucking
Mm-hmm.
toy pig with a hand up its arse. It's just like something weird.
Last I checked, a male hand as well.
The gender of the hand does not really matter.
Oh, that's very true. So yeah, I'd rather see the Muppets do Oppenheimer. I'll probably still see Oppenheimer. I'm more excited for Barbie. However, I did see someone pitch the ultimate order of how to do this,
Okay.
which is
Right.
something we might have to do. So, start your day, 9 a.m., black coffee, go see Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Finish Oppenheimer, brunch, go meet up with the girls, have some cocktails, go see Barbie, have some more cocktails, and that's how you wrap up the day.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, you got to start dark and then end on a high note.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll probably wait till Oppenheimer's on DVD though.
So, until that, if you want to do the same thing, may I suggest Threads and Sesame Street?
God, maybe.
It just doesn't mean you have to go to the cinema.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You can do it from the comfort
That's
of
it
your
on a
home.
budget.
Yeah, Threads and Sesame Street.
If you can't afford 2 cinema tickets, why not just watch Threads? I don't know if Sesame Street's the ideal one for Barbie. I think...
Threads and Barbie Dreamhouse.
Yeah.
One of the Barbie movies.
Fucking Life in the... Have you guys watched any Life in the Dreamhouse?
No.
Only what you've shown
Okay,
me.
Nick, I'm going to make you watch some Life in the Dream House.
Incredible.
Just trust me. It's batshit.
I had a Barbie VHS when I was younger,
Okay.
and it was really good. And basically, they were training to be astronauts, and they went into space. And when they went back on Earth, they were back in the 80s.
Oh. I was expecting apes, if I'm honest. Like Barbie returns to Earth, and it's been repopulated, and
No, I think they went back into the 60s or 70s, actually. Rockabilly shit.
Oh, it does all
God, it might
blur
have been
together.
the 50s. Oh, I don't know. I don't know when they went. I just know that they were in space for a bit. I don't understand.
Okay.
I want to dig it out
Oh,
now.
please do.
Oh.
Line it up for another rewatch. Okay, that's enough shilling for films that we don't know if they're good yet or not.
Yes.
Yes.
Join us next time. We're not going to be talking about either of them unless a lot of writers fill in. Oh, actually, yeah, let's look at Barbie first, just to double check. I know I've tried to end this episode twice now, but...
Look, you're only making a rod for your own back because you've got like another extra hour of footage to work through.
24 works in Barbie.
Oh, it'll get up there.
Sorting by Kudo. It's 5 times more popular than Oppenheimer. Just think about
Already.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them is a Wednesday crossover. That sounds delightful. One of them's in Russian, but I do see that The Untamed is listed as a crossover with Barbie.
Yes. Yes.
There's Wednesday going to see the Barbie movie.
Poor woman.
It's 89. You know what? It's 89 words. Let's have a quick look.
This is the wrong fandom.
Yeah, I know. We're not doing it yet.
We have strayed drastically. Everyone who wanted to look at Spy
Cool.
Family is just being
Apologies
bombarded.
to the people who are still here listening to us, wanting to hear about Spy Family. We went off there. Fine. We're done now. We'll maybe talk about Barbie in the future. In the meantime, thank you for listening. We said all the goodbye things before I went off on a tangent. At least I hope I did. And yeah, join us next time when we'll probably be a little bit more organised.
We won't
Good
be more
night.
organised.
Possibly. Good night.
I lied as naturally as I breathe.